Hi everyone, today we will explore the family tree of a popular TV series, Game of Thrones, which is written by George R.R. Martin, so let's get started. House Targaryen of Dragonstone is an exiled great house of Westeros and the former royal house of the Seven Kingdoms. King Aegon I, known as Aegon the Conqueror and Aegon the Dragon, was the founder and first king of the Targaryen dynasty. After 8 generations passed by, King Maker I was the 14th king of the Targaryen dynasty to sit on the Iron Throne. He had 2 children, Aemon, he was the Maester at Castle Black in service of the Night's Watch, and second son, Aegon V. Aegon V had 2 children, son, Jaehaerys II, and daughter, Rhaella Targaryen. Jaehaerys' son, King Aerys II, commonly called the Mad King, was the 16th member of House Targaryen to rule the Iron Throne. He had 3 children, Prince Rhaegar, the last prince of Dragonstone, he was the eldest son and heir to King Aerys, his second son, Viserys, and daughter, Daenerys, also known as Mother of Dragons. Rhaella was married to Ormond, he was the Lord of Storm's End, he was from the House Baratheon of Storm's End, which is a great house of Westeros that traditionally rules the Stormlands on the eastern coast of Westeros. Together they had a son, Steffon, he was the Lord of Storm's End and head of House Baratheon. Steffon was married to Cassandra, and together they had 3 children, their oldest son, King Robert I, he was the 17th ruler of the Seven Kingdoms, formerly styled as Robert of the House Baratheon. His second son, Stannis, he was the Lord of Dragonstone, and his youngest son, Renly, he was granted the title of Lord Paramount of the Stormlands, despite his youth. Stannis was married to Queen Selyse, from House Florent of Brightwater Keep. Together they have a daughter, Shireen, she was the only surviving child, 4th and only daughter, the younger sister of Petter, Tommen and Edric. Whereas, Robert had an affair with various women, from them he has various illegitimate children, son, Lord Gendry, formerly known simply as Gendry, daughter, Barra, and 18 other children. Also, Robert was married to Queen Cersei I Lannister, she was the 20th ruler of the Seven Kingdoms. Together they had 3 children, their oldest son, Joffrey, he was the 18th king to rule from the Iron Throne. Their second child and only daughter, Myrcella, and their youngest son, Tommen, he was the 19th ruler of the Seven Kingdoms. Later in series, it was revealed that their biological father was Cersei's twin brother, Jaime, who was involved in an incestuous relationship with Cersei. Cersei and Jaime's younger brother, Tyrion, he is the current Lord of Casterly Rock, and Hand of the King to Brandon Stark. Their father, Tywin Lannister, he was the head of House Lannister, Lord of Casterly Rock, Warden of the West, Lord Paramount of the Westerlands, and their mother Joanna, as Tywin's first cousin, she was a Lannister before her marriage. House Lannister of Casterly Rock is one of the great houses of Westeros, one of its richest and most powerful families and one of its oldest dynasties. Renly, from House Baratheon, he was married to Margaery Tyrell, from House Tyrell. Margaery's second marriage was with Joffrey. After the death of Joffrey, she married Joffrey's younger brother Tommen, who later committed suicide in the final season of the series. Margaery's younger brother, Loras, he was a popular tourney knight and was regarded as one of the most skilled knights in Westeros. Their father, Mace Tyrell, he was the Lord of Highgarden and head of House Tyrell. Mace's father was Luther, and her mother was Olenna. Olenna was the elderly matriarch of House Tyrell and the last known head of that house. House Tyrell of Highgarden is an extinct great house of Westeros. It ruled over the Reach, a vast, fertile, and heavily populated region of southwestern Westeros. Rhaegar, from House Targaryen, his first marriage was with Elia Martell, from House Martell. Elia had 2 brothers, her older brother Doran, he was the head of House Martell, the ruling Prince of Dawn, and the Lord of Sunspear. And her younger brother, Oberyn, also known as the Red Viper of Dawn. They represented the House Martell of Sunspear, which is one of the great houses of Westeros. It rules the peninsula of Dawn in the far south of the continent from their castle Sunspear. Doran had a son, Trystane. He was murdered along with his father, Prince Doran, by Illyria Sand and the Sand Snakes. Oberyn had affair with various women, with them he had 6 children, out of them, 2 are only known, his eldest daughter Obara, and Nymeria. He also had a relationship with Illyria, she was from House Eula, together they had a daughter, Teen, she takes part in the coup in Dorne, during which she seizes power in Dorne from the legitimate House Martell along with her mother. Daenerys was married to Khal Drogo, he was a chieftain of a Dothraki Khalasar, together they had an unborn son, Rhaego, who was killed on the order of King Robert Baratheon. Rhaega's second marriage was with Lyanna, from the House Stark. Together they have a son, Jon Snow, born as Aegon Targaryen. From infancy, Jon is presented as the illegitimate son of Lord Eddard Stark, Lyanna's brother, and raised alongside Eddard's lawful children at Winterfell. His true parentage was kept secret from everyone, including Jon himself, in order to protect him from those that sought the complete annihilation of House Targaryen, but later, in final season of series his true identity was revealed. Lyanna had 3 brothers, Benjen Stark, he was a first ranger of the Night's Watch. Eddard Stark, also known as Ned Stark, was the head of House Stark, the Lord of Winterfell, and her older brother, Brandon Stark, he was killed by Mad King. Their father, Rickard Stark, he was the Lord of Winterfell, the Lord Paramount of the North, the Warden of the North and head of House Stark until he was executed by Mad King along with his eldest son Brandon. House Stark of Winterfell is a great house of Westeros and the royal house of the Kingdom of the North. They rule over the vast region known as the North from their seat in Winterfell. Eddard was married to Catelyn from House Tully. Together they have 5 children, their youngest child and 3rd son, Rickon, 4th child and 2nd son, Brandon, 3rd child and 2nd daughter, Arya, eldest daughter, Sansa, and eldest son, Robb. Catelyn's younger brother, Edmure Tully, he is the Lord of Riverrun and Lord Paramount of the Trident, and her sister is Lysa Tully. Their father, Hoster Tully, he was the Lord of Riverrun, the Lord Paramount of the Trident and the head of House Tully. House Tully of Riverrun is a great house of Westeros. Its most senior member carried the title of Lord of Riverrun and Lord Paramount of the Trident, until the Red Wedding. Edmure was married to Roslyn, from House Frey. Roslyn's father, Walder Frey, he was the Lord of the Crossing, Lord of Riverrun, Lord Paramount of the Trident, and the head of House Frey. House Frey of the Twins is the former Great House of the Riverlands, having gained their position for their treachery against their former liege lords, House Tully. Sansa was married to Ramsay Bolton, from House Bolton. His father, Walder, he was the Lord of the Dreadfort and the head of House Bolton. House Bolton of the Dreadfort is an extinct great house from the north. After the Red Wedding, they became the Great House of the North, having usurped their position from their former liege lords, House Stark. Sansa was also married to Tyrion Lannister, from House Lannister. Robb Stark was married to Talisa. She was a healer on the battlefields of the Westerlands, where she met the King of the North. Robb Stark fell in love with him, and eventually married him. Lysa's first marriage was with Jon Arryn. He was Lord of the Eyrie, Lord Paramount of the Vale, Warden of the East, and the head of House Arryn. House Arryn of the Eyrie is one of the great houses of Westeros. It has ruled over the Vale of Arryn for millennia, originally as the Kings of Mountain and Vale and more recently as Defenders of the Vale. Jon and Lysa together have a son, Robin Arryn, commonly called Sweet Robin by his mother, is the only surviving child and heir of Lord Jon Arryn. Lysa's second marriage was with Petyr Baelish, popularly called Littlefinger. He was the master of coin on the small council under King Robert Baratheon and King Joffrey Baratheon. That was all in Game of Thrones family tree. Thanks for watching. See you all in next video. Till then, take care.